Welcome back. You see the Harbaugh brothers there. Coach Belichick, the big story tonight heading in has been John and Jim coaching against each other for the first time since Super Bowl 47. When you think of a Harbaugh coach team, Bill, whether it be John or Jim, what are the similarities of how their teams play?
Good fundamentals. Good fundamentals. I think you can see it even on that first series. Chargers really disciplined, really good job under double teams, ball security, getting the ball downhill. Ravens, a couple of those really good run defensive plays that they controlled the blockers. Good fundamentals. I'd say where Baltimore has kind of been a little sloppy, uncharacteristic, has been all their offensive penalties this year, but I'm sure Coach is trying to get that cleaned up.
All right, Bill, talk about your Belichick list for this Chargers defense tonight.
Yeah, well, number one, stop the run. That's Henry and Lamar. It's a tough challenge. No big plays, obviously. They got really fast receivers, Flowers, Bateman, Aguilar. Can't give it to them all in one play. And then disciplined pass rush. Just, making sure that, especially on that left side, that they control Lamar and, don't let him out. He's been really tough on the extended plays this year.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, with this Chargers defense, their base defense is a 3-4, yet they really like to play their nickel defense, get a sub, get a nickel back in there. Last week, Pittsburgh really gave Baltimore a tough time playing their base defense. What do you think the Chargers do this game to stop the run? Do they go more base or do they play nickel?
Yeah, it's really interesting. They don't like to play much base, but, they're in it here. I think you really got to play base against the Ravens 12 and 21 personnel group with Ricard in there on their 21 personnel. It's just hard to match up with the nickel. They're so big and physical. So I think the Chargers are going to play base defense, but they don't, percentage-wise, they haven't played much this year. We'll see how well they play it. They really are a big nickel team, and then, like diamond passing situations.
Did you have rules,
Bill, did you have kind of, go ahead, Eli. I'm curious to that, too. No, that's what I was thinking.
And here they are. They're really in 22 personnel here. They got them all in there.
Ooh, nice. Whoa. Did you have rules, Coach, of kind of when you went nickel, when you get base? Just depends how it was going. If you couldn't stop them in nickel, hey, we got to go base to slow down the run?
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, it all depends on how well. If you think you can stop the run in nickel, then you stay in nickel, which was usually the case for us. If you felt like you needed the other guy with the double edge, with the 3-4 overhang, then you got to do that. I mean, you got to get the run stop. You can't let them run the ball all day. We got a leg whip there.
This is what's been killing Baltimore. This penalties on offense. They're one of the most penalized teams. And just taking away
Not
big
one
plays
of
right there.
The most.
They are. Yeah. I mean,
first and 25. What do you got on the play sheet here, Peyton?
This is not the section you want to be looking, especially on the first series of the game. Hey, Bill, I mean, look, in training camp, we used to have referees at practice, maybe not as much in the regular season, but it's one thing to say we got to fix the penalties. I mean, how do you do it if you're the Ravens? How do you cut down on penalties? What's the emphasis in practice to fix it? Back when you were coaching, what did you used to do?
Yeah, well, it was a huge point of emphasis. I mean, we ran a lot of laps when things didn't go well with ball security and penalties, but ultimately it's discipline. And look, if every player goes out there and has a penalty and it's my bad, I mean, you're going to have 25 penalties in every game. So you just can't afford too many at all, really. I mean, one penalty is too many. So, if you get out of the game with 3 or 4 penalties, maybe less than that, then that's the goal, is to play penalty free on offense, defense, special teams. And usually one of those units can hit it or come pretty close to hitting it. But when you're getting penalties in all 3 areas, it's tough. Now it's 3rd and 20. I mean, what do you guys want to call?
Yeah.
Brutal.
Best play would be Lamar on an extended play.
Yeah. Scramble, maybe get pass interference. Let's see the Chargers kind of play that.
Here's your Tampa.
Kind of play a different form of cover 2, Eli. This buzz, Eli.
Oh.
Yeah, no chance.
Throw away right there.
One thing the Chargers do a good job of is with Khalil Mack. He's such a good power rusher and really a good 2-gap rusher, probably the best in the league. that he can help control one edge of the defense, and then it'll be up to the other side. In this case, Bo's on the defensive left side to handle the scrambles over there. But Mac's such a good power rusher, and he can control the inside and the outside gap. It's hard to scramble on him.
Yeah. And, Coach, I know like the Chargers, especially on third down, not there in 3rd and 20, but you get 3rd and medium, they play a lot of man and doubles. They'll kind of double the two best players. Can they do that versus Lamar, or are they so scared about him running?
Well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, on 3rd and 20, they probably don't need a spine, but shorter yardage.
Right.
I think they'll spine or double Andrews unless they feel like they need to help on Flowers. So it's Flowers, Andrews, and Lamar.
Yep. All right. We'll see if Herbert and the Chargers can drive again here, Peyton.
All right, Bill, your Belichick list for this Ravens defense tonight?
Yeah. I mean, number one, no big plays, which, as you said, they've given up more than anybody. Play good on 3rd down and get off the field and hold them to 3 in the red area. They missed an opportunity on that in the first drive, so now they're down by 7. You just can't let the Chargers get out there and get too many points in the red area. I mean, I think you got to hold them to a few field goals here and try to keep the game in the teens.
And with Roquan out, with Roquan out, talk about what that does to the Ravens defense.
Well, they tried to play in the first series. They tried to play base defense with Simpson and Welch, who they brought up from the practice squad as their inside linebackers, and that didn't look too good. In nickel, they moved Harrison from outside linebacker in their base to inside linebacker with Simpson. Honestly, that didn't look too good either. So, now it looks like they're, probably going to try to move Hamilton up on the line of scrimmage and load the box a little bit. I thought they played Hamilton in the deep part of the field last week against Pittsburgh a lot more than they had in the past, and that cut down on the big plays. So looked like they're trying to get Hamilton deep to prevent the big plays, get Hamilton close to the line to stop the run. Can't do both.
Yeah, you talked about the big plays, Coach. It seems like last week they also played a lot more cover 2, a lot more shell, try to keep everything in front, take away the zones. Do you see them kind of going that approach this game and slowing down the pass, or they got to try to stop the run? What's more important?
Well, I think last week against Pittsburgh, you have to be concerned about Russell Wilson and Pickens and the deep balls. I'd say that the Chargers look like a little more of a possession team, so maybe a little more cover 4 so they get that run support on both sides. But certainly in passing situations, putting Hamilton in the deep part of the field or in quarters looks like more what they want to do. This has been the issue really for the Ravens all year and going back to last year is 3rd down. That was something they really wanted to prove in the offseason. The pass rush hasn't been particularly good this year, and the coverage is, that's been a problem too.
Nice little curl route, Pate. Just kind of working the middle of the zone. Good job. Looks like he wanted to come back to him. Just kind of feeling that void, stopping right there. He kind of lost his balance there a little bit. Nice catch.
That's their best receiver, and that's their 3rd down receiver. I mean, you got to get him.
Hey, Bill, obviously with Greg Roman, back with Harbaugh, they were at Stanford together, the 49ers. He was with John Harbaugh in Baltimore, but now he's back with Jim in L.A. When you're facing a Greg Roman offense, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for a lot of motion. Probably 3/4 of the plays have motion, and on 1st down, a lot of that motion is to build the formations to run the ball. On 2nd down, a lot of motion to throw the ball and run play action. So you're going to get motion 3/4 of the time, one way or another, and then it's really just more to throw the ball on 2nd down and more to run the ball on 1st down. Statistically, I know they do both, but generally that's what it looks like.
Too hot.
Bill, what color jerseys did Brady have to wear? Because Justin Herbert has to wear a gold jersey. He has a 3-yard halo rule from Jim Harbaugh. The other quarterbacks had a 2-yard halo rule. What was your Brady rule? And look, I agree, keep Herbert healthy for us to win. Herbert hates it. He hates the halo. He hates the gold jersey. What color did Brady have to wear back in the day?
Yeah, we put the quarterbacks in red because we felt like that was the color that was easiest for the defensive linemen to see when they were engaged in their rushes or blitzes, that kind of thing. And if they just saw that flash of red, they knew to kind of red means stop, stay away. But it was a good bright color that really stood out. And hopefully when they weren't having vision on the quarterback, that when they saw that red, they knew to pull off and stay away from it.
Herbert got hurt in practice before Harbaugh got there, so he made that rule. He also told Herbert he can't high-five anymore. He high-fives too much. He don't want to hurt a finger that way. So lots of Harbaugh rules to keep this guy healthy, which, you know what? I get it. Makes sense. Everything kind of goes through Justin Herbert.
Can he go lefty? He can't high-five lefty?
Yeah, left-handed high-five.
He's an ambi? He's an ambi high-fiver?
Right, third and 5 here, Bill. Looks like they might be bringing pressure.
Better get on McConkey.
Oh, no, zone blitz.
They don't.
Oh, he dropped it.
God, he had it.
Little zone blitz right there, Peyton.
Yeah.
See the
You could tell Justin was kind of surprised. He thought maybe he was going to have pressure. He actually picked up pretty clean. The flat was open. You'd like to get it to him a little bit earlier to keep Wiggins from driving on the ball. Good play there. Watch him right there. He kind of runs unnecessarily, Eli. He was protected. I think he was kind of surprised that he was picked up. No way it's another Ravens penalty, Bill. There's no way it's going to give him the first down. Too many on the field?
What'd they have? Too many?
They have 12, Bill.
12 start.
No.
45.
Okay.
Offense.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty. Fourth down.
Well, I know you guys, when you throw the ball, you want the receivers to catch the ball with their hands, right? Not their shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Use your hands.
Get it before it gets into the body, right? Yeah, before
Use
it
your
gets to the
hands.
body, and that guy can't break it up.
Yeah. Jalen's a really fast player. He's very explosive. That's kind of always been the issue with him, is just the hands consistency of catching. Oh, we got another flag here.
Let's see if the Ravens can go a whole series without a penalty. I think if they don't have a penalty, they'll score. That's my prediction right here.
Hat off.
All right, this is Carl. This is Carl Cheffers' crew. They're not afraid to call him either.
Stayed on the sideline too long.
Can't block
Usually.
Personal foul. Number 2 of the return team for blocking an opponent out of bounds. 15-yard penalty will be forced from the end of the kick.
That always been a personal foul?
Timeout.
I didn't remember that being a personal foul.
Yeah, hit him outside the line.
That's my prediction
What is a
right
stupid
now.
penalty?
Ravens.
That's
Ravens,
definitely
no penalty.
preventable. You don't need to have that penalty.
Welcome back. Pate, take us to the old Telestrate and Manning and teach us some football here, babe.
Yeah, let me paint the picture for you, Eli. This is the play the Ravens like to run. They're going to run a bubble screen out here, and if there's only 2 guys out here, they'll throw the bubble. Pittsburgh's got 3 guys out here, so the bubble's not as good. Now we're going to run zone read. If this defender right here, if he takes Lamar, he'll hand it off to Derrick Henry. If he takes Derrick Henry, Lamar's going to keep it. So it's the zone read. Let's take a look at it right here. Last week against Pittsburgh, Eli. Once again, Pittsburgh's got 3 guys over 3, so the bubble's not as good. Number 51 takes Derrick Henry. Lamar keeps it on the zone read for a positive run. So they got options. They can throw the bubble. They can hand it to Derrick Henry. Lamar can keep it. It puts the defense in a bind. Hey, Bill, how do you defend this? Because nobody ever played this defense against me because I never ran the ball. What's the best way to defend this play, Bill?
Well, that defensive end has a surf technique where he checks the quarterback and makes sure he doesn't have the ball and then closes on the running back. By standing there on the line of scrimmage, not running up the field, he can defend that space on the handoff and then fall in on the run, but definitely can't get outrun by the quarterback, or we saw what happened there on the play you just showed. The quarterback's out there by himself. You don't want that for Lamar. Make him hand it off.
Yeah.
I like that play, Eli, because they run it over and over again, and they kind of master the look. Everybody knows what to do. There should be very few busted assignments on there. I like repeat plays. It looks like 3 different plays, and everybody knows what to do. Oh, down.
A little late there, Pate.
He was a little off last week. He was off and late a little bit last week against Pittsburgh. hard to explain. He was rolling last week going into the game. I know Pittsburgh played a little more base defense, but you haven't seen him miss throws like that really all season.
Yeah, I thought last week had a couple seams that he missed a little high. I didn't know if that was weather. Obviously, you got a beautiful night here, but yeah, just been a little bit off. And they've been backed up on some penalties. He can make the big plays. I think they can't get away from the run too quickly. They got 5 yards on first down. I think they got to get back to moving the pocket, running some nakeds. I think there's just too much shotgun, Peyton. Too much shotgun. That's not Lamar's strength. They got to get him moving the pocket, play action, all those things, get the run game going, give him some of those zone reads, let him get comfortable. Good no call. Good no call.
Really wasn't open either, Bill.
He wasn't that
they
open.
spied him
That was
too.
going to be overthrown.
That was a 4-man rush with a spy. Man free.
That's what I think they're going to do. Instead of doubling their other best receiver, they're going to double Lamar. He is the threat.
Lamar with the spy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Makes
You have
sense.
Zay Flowers. They might double. You maybe double Andrews sometimes, but instead of doubling them both, which they like to do, hey, double. Have a funnel, then have a spy on Lamar.
That personal
All right,
foul
stay
penalty
with-
really hurt him on field position. Now the Chargers got the ball out there, a couple
Too many
first downs
penalties.
away from a field goal.
All right, Bill, there's a term out there called hidden yardage. Tell us what that means and show us this example.
Well, you saw the 15-yard penalty on Wiggins when on the Ravens punt return. Here on the punt return, Walker's in good shape. He's got the returner on his inside shoulder. Just break down and make the tackle. He misses him there on the 20-yard line. The ball's returned to the 36. That's 16 yards there, 15 yards on the penalty. That's 31 yards. That's a third of the football field on hidden yardage right there for the Chargers. And I'd say that's one of the things that Coach Harbaugh's teams do well. They do a lot of little things, and they keep adding up.
No doubt. Coach, we talked a little bit about this lad McConkey for the Chargers. He's a rookie. He's been kind of a third down guy, and you can see Herbert really has a lot of faith in him. You had some great slot receivers in your day with Troy Brown, Welker, Edelman, Amendola. In your mind, what are the core traits of a great slot receiver?
The other guy I put in there too, Eli, is Keenan McCardell. We had him at Cleveland. I think the number one trait for a slot receiver is just awareness. He's got guys everywhere when he releases off the line of scrimmage. He's got them outside, he's got them inside, he's got a deep safety somewhere. And a lot of times those guys dropping out from the line of scrimmage, whether it's off a double mug look or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a blitz zone. So he has to have great awareness as to where the defenders are and kind of know when to speed up and get across them, when to sit down in space, and then when to recognize it's man-to-man and run a good man-to-man beater on whoever's covering him, whether it's a safety or maybe a combination. It could be a linebacker or maybe it's a combination.
There you go. A little 3rd and 2 run right there, Peyton. I know you love a third down run.
I love that. Other adjective I'm throwing in there, Bill, as you know, is just toughness, right? You got to be able to block. There's McConkey in there as well. So you get the piece of the defensive end, gets the safety. You got to be tough in there in the slot. Good run there on 3rd and 2. I love it. I love that. They're playing pass coverage on 3rd and 2, not expecting the run. Good job right there by the Chargers.
And then try to get one more play. This is usually like an offsides. You get him to jump real quick, right? No play.
Yep.
That's the big move right before a quarter.
Peyton,
go ahead.
They're getting ready to flip sides of the field, and that's when we say Riverside. What does Riverside mean? Where'd that term come from?
I'm
Did that come on Tennessee?
Riverside. Give a little history lesson when we get back. It started down in Knoxville, University of Tennessee, General Neyland. Coming back.
All right, Professor Manning, I want to hear. Give me the Riverside story. Let's go.
Well, Tennessee Stadium is on the Tennessee River, and General Neyland, they practiced right there at the stadium by the river. When he wanted to switch sides, he'd say Riverside. Let's go to the side where the river is. And that term has been around for years. The Harbaugh brothers use it. Belichick uses it. It all started in Knoxville. General Neyland going to the Riverside near the Tennessee River. Bill, you learned something tonight here on the ManningCast, right? This is breaking news.
And General Neyland had a pretty good record down there, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yeah, it worked for him.
Coach, I know the Omaha. Omaha is the word. I know, Peyton, you made it famous, but when I came my rookie year in the Giants, our offensive coordinator John Huffnagel came from the Patriots, and Omaha was in our playbook, and we kind of stole it from y'all. I heard Brady used it back in the day. Any idea where that word came from?
Yeah, I think Omaha was just call everything off, like pass rush and stunts and things like that. If the offense shifted and they went back to more of a basic look, and you just wanted to go back to your basic defense, then you just would Omaha something that you might have put on that was to stop a particular play. Omaha just killed everything and put it back to base. Same thing offensively. Omaha, any check or any new adjustment, just go back to the starting point.
3rd and 1. Good time to take a shot here. They're aggressive, from under center. They can do play action, but be curious if they just try to get the first or.
Yeah, good time to get the first down.
They're running power. He reached the ball out. He's short. You're going for it.
Here, Bill?
No, I'd go up by 2 scores.
He's going for it.
And Bill, why is that? Just field goal to go up by 2 scores and just kind of put the pressure on the Ravens as opposed to going for it.
Yeah, I mean, you got control of the game here, but there it is. They hit the soft spot. Good run. Hey, can't argue with success.
Bill, I talked to Jim Harbaugh. The parents are down in Florida tonight with their sister. They're not at the game. Not the most enjoyable game for the parents. My mom and dad hated this game. They were going for Eli. I'm aware of that. He's the baby in the family. I get it. But it's miserable on the parents and on the siblings when you have, 2 quarterbacks in the game, 2 coaches. This is not fun. I can promise you that. My parents hated this game.
I never had to worry about that. I was an only child. But what was it for you guys to play against each other? You've been doing that your whole lives, right?
We didn't play each other until we got to the NFL. Five years younger than them, Coach. So I never.
No, but I mean
in
the backyard or playing golf or just competing against each other. Like there's plenty of that, right?
Oh yeah.
Or Peyton always beat up on you.
Yeah, I used to beat him in basketball, Coach. We had some good battles when he'd come home from college and we played some one-on-one basketball, and I was still playing high school basketball. I used to dunk on him, and my dad got all worried that Peyton was going to get hurt, one day and ruin his NFL career. So he came home for Christmas one day, and my dad had taken the goal down. He took our basketball goal down. I was so mad.
Taking a shot, back shoulder.
Yeah.
Hey, he likes to take these.
He dunked on me. That was bad. When he dunked on me, that was the end of it. I mean, that was big time news. Go ahead, E. Go ahead.
Hey, Peyton, he likes to take these shots to number 1, to Johnson there. It's one of these deals. Yeah, you never know you're gonna have that over. He's got him. He's got a step. He took 3 of these last week. They didn't hit any of them. And he's a big target, and I think he likes that. If he sees press man, you got to go route. He likes to throw those. They just haven't hit many of them lately, though.
Well, that's 2 big drops right there by Johnson and Rieger. But that's 2 drops already. He should have both those balls.
Ooh. That was dangerous right there, Pate.
He wasn't open. Yeah, everybody's going to see that replay and say, how could he not go to Palmer? When you're throwing a go route, it is catch. Throw right away. You're not looking at anybody else. There's no way he can see that. So it's going to bother him on the film. But a go route, you pick it pre-snap and you go with it. But get the field goal here. Go up 10 points like Coach Belichick said. It's going to work out.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Dicker the kicker. Oh, yeah. Nice little draw right down the middle. All right, Pate, what do you do? What's Baltimore got to do on offense? They got to get a drive going. What do you think?
Stay out of long
How about
yardage.
Derrick Henry? How about a little Derrick Henry, huh?
Yeah.
I like a little run game.
Okay, you hear the term Tampa 2. Here's an example of Houston playing Tampa 2. This middle linebacker is going to go deep. His back is going to be turned. That's how most defenses play it, and this play is going to play at some point. Eli, did you freeze it? There it is. Okay,
yeah.
He's going back down the middle. His back's turned. That's how most defenses play Tampa 2. The Chargers do a little something different. They play Tampa 2. They'll have the nickel go back to safety. The safety actually comes down to the middle, and he becomes the Mike linebacker, and this guy goes back. You'll see it right here. This is a good example. Watch this guy right here. Instead of playing deep safety, the quarterback thinks it's cover 3. He comes down to the middle, and now he's eyeing everything. He doesn't have to turn his back. So the defense confuses the quarterback a little bit, and it gets better athletes in better positions. Nobody really played this when I was playing. Bill, it makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, spinning those guys around where the nickel plays deep half and somebody else drops into the middle. It's kind of like those 3 deep coverages where the safety drops inside instead out to the flat. Tough to read for the quarterbacks. And then the ends drop into one of those short hook zones, especially when you have 2 stand-up ends, 9 guys potentially in coverage. It's tough on the quarterbacks. You know, us defensive guys aren't as dumb as you think we are. Sometimes we come up with stuff that gives you guys problems.
There you go, Pey.
How about Derrick Henry? I mean,
yeah, he gives you problems.
Greg Roman watches the ManningCast. He has ESPN2 up there in the box. He says, hey, Belichick and the Manning said give it to Derrick Henry. Let's give it to Derrick Henry.
Look, watch how Henry slows down here. He's under control and makes a defender miss. You know, instead of just running as fast as he can and getting his legs chopped out from under him, he does a nice job here of throttling down and then stepping right over that low tackle. It's a good run.
You can see, Pey, the Chargers, 2 safeties deep. They're playing the pass. You just got to keep running. Keep doing that. Every time they run it, they're getting 5 yards right there, 12 yards. Just keep it going.
Yeah, the Chargers are in base defense, and they just don't look very comfortable in this.
Yeah, their safeties are 12 yards. They're backing up. This is just power. That's just power, right? Guards pulling, fullbacks kicking out. And that's what this is their bread and butter. And they've kind of gotten away with it. They got away. They didn't run it much versus Pittsburgh. They were running more zone. They weren't pulling guys. Again, 2 safeties deep. They keep doing that every time.
Hey, so Bill, you're saying so Pittsburgh stayed in base and had success against the Ravens, and you think the Chargers should copy that, but you're saying that's not really their thing, so they should just kind of do what they do.
Right. Well, the Ravens 50% of the time are either in 21 personnel or 12 personnel. 2 receivers on the field, right? The Chargers play their base defense about 10% of the time they have so far this year. So whether they want to play it or not, they're just not really used to playing it. And it looks like they're having trouble with some of their run fits, the counter plays. It's just different with having another back in the backfield or being able to balance up the formation in 12 personnel.
No.
Oh.
Lloyd Gilman.
A little forced right there, Pate. Yeah.
Good play by Gilman.
Yeah, because
they got a post and an over route. You're reading this safety on the left side. If he goes deep, you should be throwing the over route to Flowers probably right there, right?
Drive it to him. Almost like a predetermined sometimes. Hey, you
kind of like, hey, I got quarters.
I'm throwing this post. After that fake, you still got to pop up and read the defense. You turn your back to the defense on that fake to be a good play action faking quarterback, but you still got to read it after the fact. Run them all. Run it. Get the first.
Nice. Oh,
did he have it?
Kind of bobbled it a little bit.
Did he have it?
I think he did catch it. Good job right there. Zone defense, Pate, 3rd and 5. Chargers played a lot of man right here, a little zone, so they probably didn't maybe have the best call. Nothing open. Good job by Lamar, extending the play, keeping his eyes downfield. He thought about throwing that quick out versus wasn't going to be open. Nice little touch there, Pate. That looked like you, Pate. That looked like you last week in your little jump pass with the defenders with the
tennis rackets.
Yeah.
Bill's favorite drill. Bill, what do you tell the let's just go. Bill, what do you
Just
tell the
22
D-line to keep
personnel.
Lamar in the pocket? Keeping Lamar in the pocket, easier said than done. What are you telling your guys on the pass rush?
Yeah, the most important guy is the defensive left end, to make sure that he doesn't get outside to the quarterback's throwing arm, which is what happened on that play. That guy's really got to be disciplined and then, try to power rush the backside. But once he gets out, it's hard. He's such a big threat to run the ball, and he throws the ball. He sees the field really well. But illegal formation.
Chargers
here.
are good down here in the red zone, Bill, on defense. They play a lot of
This is the Ravens. This is the Ravens. Illegal formation. Should be a touchdown, and they get an illegal formation. This is what's killed them all year.
Number 70 was on the end of the line in the initial formation. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Number 70, and he was
No, it's a tight end.
not an eligible receiver.
It was a tight end when 88 started.
yeah.
70 is lined up
there you
inelogibly
go.
now. 88 lines up on the wrong side, and there they go. So now instead of
Kill
a
it.
touchdown, they get it called back. This is what's hurt them all year. Is stuff like this, unforced errors.
Well, here we go. I like this formation, Peyton. What we got? Little like wing T right here.
Wishbone.
Ooh, nice block. They get away with it.
wow.
Yep.
There you go. All right, didn't hurt him.
Lamar bails them out of a lot of these situations. Man, he's had a great year.
Just the veer. They're running the veer, aren't they, Bill? The wishbone.
Yeah.
Like dive option.
And it looks like they're just not clean on their run force assignments here. This base defense it's kind of the matchup they want to be in, but they just don't look very comfortable playing it. The Chargers need a lot of work on their base defense against this,
Some weird
offense
looks
that has
also,
so many
Coach,
big people
right?
on the field.
I mean, no one's used to seeing that. Everybody's used to seeing people run it, spread out, running zone. Now you got dive, quarterback keep, guys pulling all over the place. Unique stuff. But a nice drive right there. Get the run game going, Pate.
So when the Colts let me go when I was a free agent, Eli, I've told you this story. I was working out down at Duke, and Harbaugh and Roman with the 49ers, they came down to work me out, but they didn't want to tell anybody they were pursuing me. So Harbaugh watched the whole workout from his car in a Bill Belichick hoodie. He was in a hoodie. I was out there throwing. He'd say, I want to see it come back to the left. I want to see you throw on the run. The reason he didn't want to be seen is because he wasn't sure if Schefter was going to be hiding in the trees, which he easily could have been. But Bill, did he ask you how to wear the hoodie? Because nobody knew who he was. He was staying under the radar. I had a great workout. We played burnout after the workout. Jim wanted me to see how well he still threw the ball. But that was back in 2012 down at Duke University. He was in the hoodie. He looked like Belichick. Bill, you got to be, kind of honored. He was paying tribute to you with the hoodie.
Yeah, I appreciate that. No, I didn't teach him how to do that. I think he must have just, he picked it up on his own or stolen it from me. I didn't give him that.
Did Jim throw that day also, Pate, or only did you throw? I know he likes to throw.
He did not throw that day. He did tell me that he threw the ball well in the Randy Moss workout a couple days earlier. I asked how the Moss workout went. Jim said, I threw it well. I wanted to know how Randy looked, but it was made clear that Jim threw it well. Look, this guy's a competitive guy. He still loves to play. I was really intrigued with the 49ers and, kind of his coaching style, and you got to pick one place to play. But everywhere he's been, he has won. He was a tough player. Bill, you coached against him when he was playing for the Browns, I think. Right? No, you were with the Browns. He was with the Colts back in the day, maybe in the preseason. He was like a fullback playing quarterback.
No, we played him when he was with the Colts, and I remember that game well because Coach Marchibroda was the head coach, and Coach Marchibroda was my first coach. My first year I was in the league with the Baltimore Colts, and
here it is.
And we had a pretty good day that day. We had a couple long touchdown passes to Leroy Horde, and I think Metcalf. And so we ended up beating them in a touchdown game, 21-14. But I do remember that game because it was against Coach Marchabroda, and he meant so much to me. He was such a great mentor and teacher. But yeah, that was before they were piping that crowd noise in, Peyton.
Hey, wasn't there a story about like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or something with Harbaugh? Did you have dinner?
We were going to work out. Mrs. Cutcliffe offered us all something to eat. She really didn't want to offer us anything to eat, but she felt like she had to. Me, Greg Roman, Coach Cutt all said, we're fine. Harbaugh's like, yeah, I'll have a PB&J. And she was like, what? I haven't heard that order since my kids were 7. But it just the fact that she offered him something to eat, he wanted a PB&J, and she made him one on the spot. So our first ManningCast, Eli, we had Raiders-Ravens. I called Greg Roman to get some insight from him. I said, Greg, Eli and I had this show. I'd love to talk to you for 10 minutes about kind of your offense. He's like, how do I know this is really Peyton Manning? I'm like, ask me any question. He's like, what kind of sandwich did Harbaugh order when we worked you out at Duke 10 years ago? I'm like, PB&J. He's like, I'll call you at 5 o'clock. So the PB&J legend lives of one Jim Harbaugh.
Peyton, right there on defense, the Ravens just stole the Chargers' Tampa 2 version. What they do instead of the Mike middle linebacker playing that middle part, they got Kyle Hamilton dropping from safety. He's playing the deep drop linebacker. So it's a copycat league. Everybody's going to it. Nice.
Bill, there's one of your old guys making a play right there, Bill. Look like he might have gotten a face mask. Talk about your guy Van Noy still doing it, Bill.
7 sacks.
Yeah, Kyle's really a smart player. He's got good length. Can play inside and outside, but he's played pretty exclusively on the outside for the Ravens. But really a smart heads-up player. Can rush. Can set the edge in the running game. He's had a great career. He's really had an outstanding career from when we got him from Detroit, and then played well at Miami, and had a couple great years here for the Ravens. Really proud of him. Good football player. Loves
you
football.
like taking that penalty right there? I mean, they could have had a 4th and 1, right? 4th and 1, put them in 3rd and 11. All right, works out.
Chris Board's getting a lot of defensive playing time. That's probably as much as he's played in the last 5 years. Playing in some of their sub situations.
Taking that penalty probably just because they might have gone forward on 4th and 1, Eli, so back him up into the 3rd and long.
Yeah.
There's Hamilton coming down kind of in a buzz situation there.
Yeah.
Made him kind of fire to McConkey, put it on him instead of lead them because Hamilton was right there.
How's your your pooch punt, Pete? You pretty good? Did you ever punt it ever? You ever 3rd down, 4th and 6? You punt it? Never did that?
Never.
Just
Zero.
Big Ben Roethlisberger, he was pretty good at it.
All right, busting in with the boys. Taylor Lewan watching the ManningCast. He wants to know when Vrabel's going to bring back that glorious mustache. Love to know who his favorite Michigan player he coached that wore 77. So we got Mike Vrabel coming on in the 4th. Bill, one of your old guys. Eli, you got a question for Coach about Vrabes?
Yeah, Coach, I know you got a lot of respect for Mike Vrabel, and he tells a story about how you would hammer him in practice, always tell him how your Giants linebackers in the 80 would have done something better. Do you think we made a mistake bringing on Vrabel? Should we have gotten Carl Banks or Pepper Johnson to come on, and would they have done a better job on the show, you think?
Hey, you can't go wrong with any of those guys. But, I was just trying to show Vrabes guys that were really good at playing his position. Taylor, Banks, they were pretty good. But, Mike was he was a great player, very smart, very instinctive. Caught 10 passes, 10 touchdowns. So I know you guys would love him playing those goal line tight end position. We didn't run to him, but it took everybody the whole career to figure that out. But he was really tough and he had very, very strong hands, could control blockers, had really good length on the edge. Was a great bookend for Willie McGinnis, and that was a great combination for us.
Stopped him.
Big stop right there.
3rd and 1. Looked like
Wow.
he didn't really get off the snap at the same time. Just a little bit delay. We're not going to go for this, are we?
Ooh, he almost jumped over
The guy almost jumped. That guy was
did.
offsides.
They
That's
got
where
the
that
2-minute
left
warning.
tackle, that left tackle's got to. When they jump like that, he's got to move.
Outside guy, yeah, he was off. If you're off, all you got to do is move on offense. If you don't move and he gets back, they're not going to call it.
Right. Right there, you're going to punt it anyway. Like, right, you got to know, hey, you're probably going to punt it. It's almost like a different call where you say, hey, anyone moves, you got to attack them. We'll take the 5-yard penalty. It doesn't matter. It's worth the chance of getting this first down.
Bill, you went for it on a 4th down, backed up against me one time. Do you agree with this call?
No, I mean, they got 86 yards to go.
What did they do, Peyton? It looks like you got it, right? Wow. Was that Lamar at quarterback, or is that someone else taking the snap? Is that Andrews taking the snap?
Mark Andrews.
That's the tush push. I always feel it's dangerous to bring in a new guy to take a snap. Like bringing a tight end to take a snap. It's like quarterback's taking a million, thousands of snaps in the season. You're bringing a tight end all of a sudden.
Quarterback keeper. That was the zone read that time, but the defensive end didn't take the running back. He stayed right there, Bill, and had Lamar. Lamar probably should give that, right?
Yep, that's a good play on the edge. Just sit right there, read it, and then fall back in late if the quarterback doesn't have the ball. But Vrabel got so sick of me talking about the Giants linebackers that finally one day he just wore a Giants helmet out to practice. Said, "You like the Giants linebackers so much, I wanted to, we'll look like one."
I'm going to ask him about that in the 4th. All right, let's go. Let's pick it up a little bit. Baltimore, don't change formations. Stay in the same formation. All right, we waste time changing formations. Timeout. Go.
They finally got the flowers. That's his first
even
catch.
better.
That's
Even
his
better.
first catch. They got to get him going. They don't.
Bad tackling there, Bill.
It is. This is what makes
simple
Baltimore so hard to
snag route.
defend is the speed of their skill players. Flowers, Bateman. Look at Lamar Jackson down there. He's faster than everybody. He's ahead of him blocking.
All right.
Say Lamar can go now.
Okay, when you huddle now, we can change formations. Now we can get to a play. Maybe call 2 plays in the huddle. You can audible, right? You can't do that when you're in the no huddle in 2 minutes. So take advantage of the ability to huddle and get to a good play. They're playing zone coverage.
Man, little funnel. It looks like, ooh.
Lamar. Push off. They're going to call a push off. A push off.
Is he saying on him?
Can't.
Pass interference, number 7. Defense. Ball's placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
I mean, the Chargers are just giving the Ravens. They're saving them all their timeout. Wow.
Oh, he was about to run right
squatting
by
like
him.
crazy. He was about to go right by him.
Lamar's got to hit that, Pate. It's got a guy open. I mean, you take a 5-yard penalty right there, you get him 15 yards.
I mean, the Ravens have gotten to the 40. They haven't even had to call one timeout yet.
Yeah.
Zone coverage. Maybe one robber there with a spy.
Yeah, there's the spy.
Oh, what a catch.
What a catch.
Wow. Wow. He wasn't open, Pate.
It was good coverage. He really was not open.
He was not open at all. Just trusting
He's got to look
his
back
guy.
for the ball. Got to look back
Better look for the ball.
He's trying. He didn't know what side to look back.
He couldn't even see the ball, though. I don't think Bateman could even see the ball.
Results of the play, touchdown.
Nice. Good concentration right there. A little kind of deep V.
Yeah, it's kind of a clear out route. Most people run that route just to clear out. They call it a V or a pylon, right, Bill?
Yeah.
Just to get it deep. And
not really where you want to throw it.
I was a little confused on that whole drive because I just reminded myself that I was actually giving Lamar advice on how to run the zone read. And I was thinking, what an idiot I sound like, Eli. I saw that look on both of y'all's faces, Bill and Eli. So I'm gonna stay in my lane going forward here.
Yes,
big gamble for John Harbaugh going for it there on 4th and 1 on his own 15-yard line, but it paid off in a touchdown drive.
Yeah, it's a big play. Zay Flowers, right? That little snag route, breaking it for 30. That was the big difference right there.
Yes.
Looks like one robber, kind of cover one robber that you would think that deep V would clear it out for the deep cross, and Lamar just said, "I'm taking my shot here."
Yeah, you think right here you're going to hit this over route to the number 18 coming across right there.
He's being held too.
Said, no, I'm just going for the touchdown. It's in this
Bill, do you like the man-to-man call there by the Chargers? I mean, for me, that's what I want to see as a quarterback. That gives me a shot. What I don't want to see is soft zone coverage because I got to lay the ball off and, can't get those big chunks.
Yeah, well, look, I think in a 2-minute you do what you're good at, whatever you feel like you're the best at. But they probably played man-to-man there. The ball's on the 40-yard line, try to keep them out of field goal range. But just, when you don't look back for the ball, it's either pass interference or a catch. I mean, it just can't end well. Wasn't really a good throw. I mean, that ball could easily have been intercepted, but corner misplays the ball in the deep part of the field, and that's trouble for the defense.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, John does not want to lose to Jim. To go for it on 4th and 1, backed up on your own 20, that tells you how badly he wants to beat his brother in this game. All right,
kneel
24
in here.
seconds, 3 timeouts. I think they might try to do something here.
Ooh, all right, they're calling timeout. Let's see if they do something for halftime. Boomer told me that it's going to be the fastest 3 minutes at halftime. So, Peyton, we might have to watch it. He said it's going to be a good one.
Hey, so the Ravens kind of went out there with their just generic, take a knee defense. They realized the Chargers are going to go for it. They called timeout and said, hey, they're going for it for real. And the only reason the Ravens have any timeouts is because the Chargers had the penalties and let them get out of bounds. So we went a whole 2-minute drill from their own 20 without having to use one timeout. That's pretty impressive.
It is.
That's pretty impressive.
So, Bill, if you're the Ravens here, what do you play to keep them out of field goal range here?
It looks like they're going to stay with their split safety 2 and 4 package.
And corners right there. He's going to give him the post.
Not a lot of pass rush.
Give him the post.
Russian 4.
Oh, he had him. Oh, that's like the last coverage I'd play right there.
That's what I want to see as a quarterback. I want a post throw. I want to get it out of my hand. I mean, this Herbert can make any throw. Kind of a corner post.
Yeah, this has really been the Ravens' Achilles heel all year. It's plays like this. The Chargers couldn't hit it, but they've given up a lot of these posts, goes, over routes that, catch and run plays.
Yeah, here you go. Play this kind of cover
deep,
play 3 deep now.
Little deep dagger route to catch it and go down. You got to give yourself up. Catch it and go down. Okay, good. Okay, same thing here. We can hit a quick slant here, but it's important for that defender. He's got to go down right away. He can't try to go score and cut back.
Right. Go down, declare yourself down, and call a timeout.
If I'm the Ravens, I drop deep and kind of almost, try to keep him up, try to encourage him, kind of give him the idea that he might score and let him run the clock out. But I play kind of inside technique, man coverage here to don't give him that quick slant. They're calling timeout again. Don't you think, Bill? Play some kind of tight coverage, not to give him an easy, uncontested throw on a slant.
Yeah, man under 2 deep or even man under 3 deep with a 3-man rush. Make sure that you don't put them in field goal range here. They only need, about maybe 12 yards to get into field goal range. Now they could take a shot. They could take a shot at the Hail Mary. If I would say if the Ravens, try to guard the sideline too heavily, but
Yeah.
man
call
under
2 plays. Call 2 plays in the huddle, maybe. Yeah.
I think you kind of call something quick. If you try to hit a slant, hit something. If it's not there, throw it out of bounds. You throw a Hail Mary the next play. They're bringing pressure. Just playing man.
Hit a 10-yard pass and kick a field goal.
Throw it.
We're down.
Oh, good job. We're down right away. Good job.
He just caught it going down. That was a good job. Don't even take
Smart.
a step.
Yeah, the Ravens didn't rush here. They were playing for the short pass all the way, and the Chargers hit it in behind them.
Good
throw.
Tight throw. Tight throw. Right.
Throw.
I went through 2 hands. The D tackle was tipped it in the linebacker. He threw it right by the linebacker's head.
Harbaugh was talking about Herbert's accuracy, Bill. He said he saw him hit 38 20-yard comebacks in a row from under center 7-step drops. Said his arm does not get tired. He's a perfectionist. If he's 1 inch off, he wants to do it again. Harbaugh said, I thought I was a pretty accurate quarterback, and I'd hit, 7 out of 10 comebacks and felt pretty good. He said, I literally saw Herbert do 38 comebacks in a row, but I love that attitude. And, they're not throwing the ball as much this year because of the offense, because of the run game. But I talked to Justin. He feels like their best offense is ahead of them, and he feels like if they have to throw the ball to win, they can do it. He's got some kind of arm, I can tell you that much.
He does, and he can run too. We saw him on the scramble for the touchdown. Scrambled started this drive, so I think the good thing for him this year is he just doesn't have to go back and throw 45 times. He's got a good running game, got play action with some guys open, but when they need to throw, he can do it. That's again, it's a well-balanced offense, well-balanced team.
Let's hit this. That a baby.
Nice.
I love it. 24 seconds, 3 timeouts.
Good.
Let's go. Let's don't take
Nice
a knee.
job.
Hey, I think Jim wants to beat John as well. I think the feeling is mutual. You can see it right there.
Yep.
All right, Bill.
All right, Coach. Thanks
Happy
so much.
Thanksgiving.
All right, happy Thanksgiving, Peyton, Eli. Thank you.
See you in a few weeks.
All right, Pate.
All right, bro.